The views and opinions expressed do not necessarily represent those of Access Fort Wayne, the Allen County Public Library, or any other supporting group. Get involved with Access Fort Wayne and make your own television programming. Call 421-1250 to find out more.
From my home state, from Indiana, Fort Wayne, Indiana. There he is, the host of the Uncle Ducky Show, Uncle Ducky. There he is.
Thank you so very. Look at the size of this audience.
Look at the size of it. Hey, everybody.
The leaves.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, be
The
polite.
leaves are.
Be polite. Don't push.
Tis the fall season.
Hey, Uncle Ducky.
Please be careful and be considerate of one another. I know there's a big crew. Yes, Mr. McHenry.
Hey, no wasting any time. This is going to be a very, very busy show. So you might as well get started right away.
Okay.
Hey, Percy.
Yes.
What's the news? Turn it on.
For the first time, we have a Spanish word.
It's
It's pico taquino.
Pico taquino. Oh.
Uncle Ducky,
Yes?
do you have any idea what that means?
No. Is that a Spanish word?
It is.
That's on the script, for goodness
That's what I
sake.
said.
There it is, right on the screen. So,
Hey, we need
Yes.
somebody to change that clock. That clock's wrong.
okay, who's going to change the clock, Mr. McHenry?
We have Jaden out here. Come on.
Jaden?
Don't change that
Okay.
clock.
Jaden, will you make it 9 o'clock? Yes, step right up there on that. Very good. Thank you,
Very
Jaden.
important that you get that right, because Uncle Ducky has enough trouble remembering what year it is, let alone what time it is.
Thank you. And that's Cuckoo the Clock that just mentioned that. Thank you. Well, it sounds like a ratchet sound to me.
Wait a minute. We have a special guest here.
Oh, we do?
Yes, Jerry Armstrong's out here pacing on the porch.
Yeah, but before we do that, Andy, as the script says, Mr. McHenry, I have to get my hat. And I don't even have my jacket on. I apologize for that. Oh, Mr. Caulfield, how are you tonight, Mr. Caulfield?
Well, sure, and I'm doing well now, Ducky. And yourself?
Oh, fine. I feel very good.
Make sure you get the hat on. We want to protect that wonderful head you've got.
Okay. Very
With a brain
good.
that hasn't yet been used.
Right, yes. You were saying, Mr. McHenry.
Hey, we have a special guest out here on the porch.
Oh, yes. Who's
I
that?
think the guy's name is Jerry something or other.
Armstrong.
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 Oh. Hi, Jerry.
Jerry Armstrong, boys and girls. Jerry Armstrong.
I have some cards here, Mr. Ducky.
Yes.
They're 4 times bigger than the normal cards. So
Oh, they are?
I'm going to have to be 4 times better to actually do this.
Right,
Okay.
okay.
So, in this deck of cards,
Yes.
there is only one lady, and that would be a queen.
Yes.
Right? And
Yes.
so, what we're going to do in these 4 cards, pick either the black or red. Pick either the black or red.
Okay. All right, black.
Black,
Yes.
okay. Well, like I said, we're getting rid of those. Okay, now, so we only have the red left. Okay, of the red, would you like to have the heart or the diamond?
Oh, the heart.
You want the heart?
Yes.
Okay. Of these cards, as you've seen, we have those different ones, but one of these cards were actually red.
Oh,
Okay.
I see.
And guess what it is? It's the Queen of Hearts.
Did you see that? Did you see that, Jaden?
You
Wow.
want to see the other cards I have?
Yes.
Okay, the other cards. This one is blank, and these are blank.
Both. How
So
did he do
The
that?
only card is the one that you picked. The only card's the one that you picked.
Yes.
Okay.
Very good.
Yes. Thank
And
you
we're
very
going to
much.
have you come out later at the end of the show for a little surprise, okay, Jerry?
A surprise. I
Yes.
like surprises.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jerry Armstrong, boys and
Thank you.
girls. Jerry Armstrong.
Look who's at the window.
Oh, it's Uncle Ducky's Conscience.
Oh, hi, my conscience. How are you?
You're doing a wonderful job of promoting the library books and endorsing the library by having different book subjects on tonight's show.
Thank you, my conscience.
The most ever.
Oh, the most ever. Thank you.
Especially service dogs.
Yes.
However, don't forget there are service cats.
Well, there are.
Norm, could you put a photo of Seymour the cat, who passed away recently and was owned by Mrs. Claus?
We are sorry to report, yes. Seymour, here he is. We are all with you in spirit.
And maybe at a later date we can introduce a few books of service cats that the library has.
Absolutely, yes.
Thank you so very much, my conscience. Norm, thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Okay, and now, ladies and gentlemen, from the Allen County War Memorial Stadium here in Fort Wayne, Todd Allen at the Trump rally. You stay in line. Get over here. All right, and I found out that you had to have tickets to come here today. Take all the medical things, the metal things out of your pockets because of the security. But this gentleman said the tickets for today's rally are...
They're only $35,000 each. Oh, that's right, that was the Hillary rally. I'm sorry. These are free. Just go online, get a free ticket.
Oh, I get it. You're jesting about how much he charges for speeches. Okay, all right. So here's a question for you, Dan. Senator Dan Quayle is from what county?
Huntington.
Huntington County. 1988, he was in a debate with Lloyd Benson. What did Lloyd Benson say to Dan Quayle? And the only reason I know this is I read it in the book here. He said, Dan Quayle, you are no John F. Kennedy.
That's true.
Okay. And Lloyd Benson was running... Are you still on? Lloyd Benson was running with the Michael Dukakis campaign.
True.
Yes. I thought he was serious about 30, that's a lot of money for a ticket for a rally. But he was kind of, what were you?
Just kind of jesting. That's what it costs to go to a Democrats rally.
Democrats rally. All right, well, enjoy yourself today. Thank you very much. He was jesting. All right, this is Todd Allen reporting from Memorial Coliseum. We'll be back after these commercial messages. Ladies and gentlemen, Debbie Wagner. Hi, Debbie. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Say hi to Mr. McHenry.
Hi, Mr. McHenry.
Welcome to the Uncle Ducky Show.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Mr. McHenry, what's that hair hanging from the end of your...
That was from an old Halloween prank.
Okay.
we were at the zombie walk, and that's what's left of me.
So what are you here for today, Debbie? Something to do with your service dog?
Yes, I'm here to explain to the boys and girls what service dogs do.
Okay.
They help people with disabilities make living with their disabilities just a little bit easier. They do a lot of things that involve retrieval, meaning they go and get things and then bring them back to us. Like the telephone. If there's an emergency or my phone is ringing, I can send my service dog, Ellen, to go get the phone for me.
Isn't that something?
And then she can also pick up things that I drop. Would you like to see her do some of those?
Sure, I'd love to.
Wonderful. Ellen, stand. Say, for example, I dropped my phone. Ellen, take it. Ellen, come. That's it, girl. Come on. There you go. What a good dog. I can also have her hand me my leash, or her leash. Ellen, leash. That's a girl. Get it. Stand. Very nice.
Wow, very nice.
And do you know that she gives me a hug? Ellen, come. She can give me a hug. Ellen, heart. Oh.
She likes the microphone, right?
So, service dogs help people live with disabilities and make their lives much easier than if they didn't have a dog.
That's so nice. And I just lost our dog Gabby about 3 months ago on the 8th of November. And yeah, that's beautiful. So can we get books to learn more about assistance dogs from the library?
I believe so. I believe Percy might have some books
A book?
for us.
Okay.
Yes, Debbie.
Percy?
Yeah,
at
Farmhand
that.
has a couple of books that the kids can read about that.
Okay, Percy. All right.
Show those
And-
books, Jaden.
Yeah, Jaden, you want to show the book? And the camera with the light on is the camera that you will hold it. And there you go. Very good. All right. Thank you. So we can learn more. Maybe you want to do a paper at school about this particular animal. Go to your library or the 14 branches and you can learn more and get more information, reference material about these particular animals. Now, Percy, you were
Yes,
going to
Uncle
introduce
Ducky.
something?
We have a PSA about weather forecasting from Nicholas Fieri, who was the chief meteorologist at Wayne TV.
And still is, yes. Debbie, thank
Hey,
you so
kids.
very much for coming on our
We're
show.
here.
Thank you, Ellen. By the way, Ellen was named after Ellen DeGeneres, just so you know. All right? That was good. Wonderful.
Hey kids, we're here at the Allen County Public Library. I'm with Nicholas Ferrari. He's a weatherman and he's going to tell you how you can become a weatherman by studying and reading books from our great library system here in Allen County.
That's right. You know, science and math, those are the best topics to read up on and study if you want to become a meteorologist and forecast the weather. I'm glad to be joining you from our News Channel 15 studios today. I'm broken out of the building just to be here at the library. I was at our library in my time growing up all the time. You know, you can gain a lot of insight from the books here, a lot of great books on weather as you go through school. Study not just weather, but chemistry, earth science, learn all about the world around you, and you have all those resources right here at your fingertips at any of the public libraries in town.
Yes. So, stop by the Allen County Public Library. We're also on in Dayton, Ohio, and Mount Pleasant, Michigan. Go to your libraries and learn more about trades like being a meteorologist. Maybe you'd like to do that when you grow up. Thank you.
That was nice. Thank you, Nicholas Ferrari. They say when you pronounce the word Fiore, it's after the car, the Italian car Fiore. Uncle Ducky Show, go ahead. You're on the air. Go ahead, over.
Good afternoon, Ducky.
Oh,
Lady Catherine.
Lady Catherine, Mr. McHenry.
Ooh. Nice to hear her voice
I
again.
actually called to speak to your conscience.
Oh, my
I want to
conscience?
talk about what we need to do more to promote using the library. I'd like to concur with your conscience.
Yes, okay. Bob, it's not on the script. Hey, there's my
that's
conscience.
So it's important to know the difference and to learn things at the library. But Ducky,
Yes.
do you know the difference between the word to agree and to concur?
I don't believe so.
Well, they are both used interchangeably. They mean basically the same thing, but to concur is more socially formal than to say I agree.
Yes.
Therefore, you can say I agree with you, or I agree. Or you can say I concur with you, or you can say I concur.
Oh.
Or I can
And you
say
have
I can
to be
agree
sure
to
your
concur.
audience understands.
What's that, Mr. McHenry?
I can agree to concur.
Mr. McHenry says he could. You could.
No, you can't.
Okay. Would you like to say hi to my
That's just
conscience?
too much
My
work.
conscience. Say hi to Lady Catherine. My conscience.
Hi, Lady Catherine.
Well, hello. And Mr. McHenry, you can concur with Percy at the window at the farmhand.
Mr.
And the rest
Percy,
of
do
you.
you
Yes,
concur?
I concur with what you were saying.
And I think the farmhand concurs too.
Are you all indicating concurrence? Thank you very much. And goodbye.
Thank you. Lady Catherine, ladies and gentlemen.
And now we're all in agreement.
We're all in agreement. Yes. Yes, come in. Enter.
Loud knocks at the door.
It's Farmer Lafferty, boys and girls. And, oh, it's Amy from Wells County. Farmer Amy, kids. Let's give her a nice round of applause.
Amy and I are going to have a joke off. But because she's on the Uncle Ducky Show, we have to give her a test first to see how cultured she is. Amy, do you like Kipling?
I don't know. I've never kibbled.
You fit right in. And go ahead with your jokes.
Did you hear about the 2 antennas that got married? The wedding wasn't much, but the reception was great.
Oh, yes, yes.
Not too bad. Do you know what Confederate soldiers during the Civil War drank out of? Dixie cups.
Oh, that's good. Yes, that is funny. I hear crickets. Farmer Lafferty, do we need spray for crickets?
I'm going to use a gun on them.
Did you hear the Energizer Bunny got arrested? He got charged with battery. I guess there were so many positives and negatives about the case. The judge said the trial could go on and on and on.
Oh, very good.
Speaking of the Civil War, my great-great-grandfather wrote a number of letters to Abraham Lincoln, never got a reply, and he sent them all to his Gettysburg Address.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, I just got news about the young man that fell in the upholster machine. He's fully recovered.
Talking about farmers, I don't know if you have free-range chickens in Wells County, but my neighbor has free-range chickens, and they drive me crazy. But I figured out a solution. I bought a dozen eggs, put them underneath a bush on my property, and next time he was looking over there, I went out and picked them up. Hasn't let the chickens out since. Well, those crickets are faking me out. Let's go, Amy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Farmer Lafferty and Farmer Amy Beck from Wells County, Indiana. Very good. Thank you. Oh, hear that? That's the doorbell, kids. It's Jaden. Hi, Jaden.
Hey, kids, get off those computers, get off those handheld devices, get on your sneakers, and get
out.
And get outside.
She's doing jumping jacks. She's active. Kids, get active. Get off. Turn that television set off. Go out and play, for goodness sakes. Very good. Thank you, Jaden. Right? Seriously. He has a point there, right? Okay. So, Jaden, maybe I'm a Canadian, so if I flew from Windsor to Havana and wanted to go hiking, I wonder if I could go to a mountain range, the tallest mountain range in the country of Cuba. Where would that be? Not yet.
That would be in Cuba, Uncle Ducky. Do you know what Pico Tarquino means? I asked you that before and you didn't.
No, but that's the word of the month. Word of the month. Yes.
Pico Tarquino means turquoise peak, and the reason it's called that is because the top of the mountain looks blue, and that's why they call it that.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I think we got an expert on this subject.
We do? Oh, it's Gus. Hi, Gus.
Yay! Hi,
Uncle. Yes. If we're lucky, right? Go ahead.
Well, yeah, actually, the Pico Turquino is the highest mountain in Cuba with 6,561 feet and belong to the Sierra Maestra group of mountains in the eastern state.
The southeastern part of Cuba.
Close to Guantanamo Bay, actually.
Guantanamo Bay, yes. And I know Gus from Caliente. It's that new restaurant on Wayne Street here, and the Downtown Improvement District are very proud that we have Caliente. And you wanted to mention a few other things about your country.
Uncle Ducky, do you know that Cuba has the smallest bird in the world?
Cuba?
Yes, it's the smallest bird and also has one of the most wonderful orchids in the entire world, grown in Cuba actually, and it's in the West State.
Yes, and what is the name of that bird that's the smallest in the world?
That is a zunzun, the Cuban zunzun.
Zunzun, or a bee hummingbird.
Bee hummingbird,
and
absolutely.
And the most beautiful orchids in the entire world come from Cuba, a tropical land.
Yes, actually, you can see the wings when he is moving or when the bird is moving.
Yes.
It moves the wings actually too fast.
Oh. So I understood from talking to Gus at his restaurant that he's got a master's degree. No wonder he knows so much about Cuba.
Well, anyone can learn about Cuba. The only thing you have to do is go to the local library and just take out the book that is called Still, Let's Explore Cuba.
Still, Let's Explore Cuba. Okay. I wonder if the farmhand might have a book.
Farmhand might have a
thank
couple
you.
books to show.
Thank
from
you,
the library.
farmhand. Jalen, do you want to come over here and show this book? And Norm will zoom in on it right at that camera there. That's another book. And trust me, there's about 30 books in our library system all about Cuba for kids that are younger. And you can do papers on Cuba. It's a beautiful island, yes. Thank you, Jalen. Chicken, what's that chicken? I can't remember. What's that chicken dish what's the chicken dish from?
Chicken.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. There's a chicken As soon as the show's over, I'd remember the name of the word. But anyway, I went there, and I know we're not permitted to like advertise. It's community access television, but I must tell you, they bake their own bread at Caliente's. Yes. Yes.
Is it their smell or the smell from the wholesome bakery that we keep smelling?
No, right. Come on over and
I
talk
think
to
that he's wrong. He smelled the smell from somewhere else.
Come over and talk to the wall painting. Mr. McHenry, ask Gus some questions about his homeland.
Hey, now, I understand there are a lot of older American cars that can be found in Cuba.
Oh, wow. There's I think that we run in Cuba the oldest American car that is still running in the world with a lot of innovations. We have since 1930s in the 20s with different engines, with different kind of rings, with different kind of steering. Everything is adapted and it is still running.
Still running, yes.
Well, that was when autos were a whole lot simpler. They weren't quite as sophisticated as they are nowadays. And anybody who was halfway decent mechanic could work on them very comfortably.
Absolutely. I think that I was a mechanic part of my life too. I have a truck for 1948.
You do still?
Yeah. Well, I had it. I had it.
It's still there?
It's still running. It's still running somewhere else in Cuba. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah, and you look at pictures of Cuba, the beautiful old cars, they're classics, yes. So now you want to stay out here because we have a special surprise, and everyone come out here. Guess whose birthday it is today, boys and girls? It's Jerry Armstrong's birthday, and we're going to sing happy birthday to Jerry Armstrong. So once everyone comes out, we're going to sing happy birthday to him. All right, and even Ellen the dog can bark the words. Yes, get out there. Can we get Bob? Yeah, because we got to get Bob Odell with the Sparty hat, Norm. Zoom in on that Sparty hat. Because that's the team that beat Michigan earlier on, right? Just want to mention it. So, all together now, his name is Jerry. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jerry. Happy birthday to you. So, we're going to close the show with a tape segment. No, we'll go to a tape segment of Todd Allen and Skippy the Fisherman from Salutes in Key West, Florida. And in the meantime, we're going to cut up this cake and celebrate Jerry's birthday. Thank you very much. Be kind to one another, boys and girls. Good night.
Hey, Uncle Ducky, that's another nice cake from...
it gives it a life with somewhere else.
Okay. Go ahead, I'll just walk off. I'll walk off like a...
Well, my cue card fell down. Let me know when you're on.
You're on.
Oh. No, it's okay. I can just kind of look over. Todd Allen reporting from Salutes,
Yeah, right here in Key West.
Key West, Florida, and Skippy the Fisherman. So here's the question. What does Salute mean?
Means salute.
Okay, that's fair enough.
It
And-
sounds like a good one to me. What's it mean to you?
Well, it means salute is like Italian for salute.
That sounds like a good one to me. That's what I just did.
Okay, good. So here's the question today for Skippy the Fisherman. We're learning about the indigenous region down here. What is a tarpon, and why do people like to fish it? And can you eat a tarpon?
A tarpon is a big game sport fish. He can reach probably weights over 200 pounds. We don't really eat them because they're more for sport, but they are fun to catch and release. They have lots of tournaments all over the place about them. And so you catch them and then you release them.
Oh, okay. So 200-pound fish, catch them, release them. Now you'd have to have a fairly sturdy pole and what's it called? The line?
Oh, the fishing line.
Yeah, that would have to be pretty strong for a fish that big, what do you think?
Well, you can use light tackle. There's different records. You can have, depends on, you can go from 6 pound, 12 pound, 20 pound, 100 pound, depends on what you're doing.
All right. So how many fishing poles do you have, Skippy the Fisherman?
Do I got to tell you, my wife get married?
No, that's because she probably watches the show. So, well, that's all the time we knew. Now
I will say it's over 40.
40 fishing poles. Explain catch and release.
That's when you catch it and you release it.
Would you say that's wildlife conservation?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we learned
something. You can learn more about that at your library.
Oh yes, go to your local library, or I'll Google it on a computer. But if you,
I always have to remind you.
If we're gonna do a report, go to your library, check out some books, and tarpon. That's the subject today. This Todd Allen reporting.
You got to take this off.
That's it.
You got to take this off.
Okay.
Now you're ready to clean fish.
It's kind of warm down.